Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm coming to you from Texas. You like my hat? It's a little cowboy hat. I have. I think it's a little bit too small, but.
This segment brought to you by Flexocon.
I'm a genetically modified human. Take a look what you could become like at 120 years old. Don't forget, Flexocon. It made me look like this. I heard a lot of you guys been missing me lately, and I appreciate that. And you know, I've been running around doing crazy stuff. Uh, I'm promoting a young lady right now. Her name is Veronica Day, and I have a Facebook page under Joe Chapel, and you'll see a few of my artists that I'm working with right now, and I love her. I think she has a great sound. A couple of weeks ago, I went to a barbecue, and it was a jazz festival, and there was a lot of different acts, and I bumped into her after she did a set in the barbecue, and some of you may have seen it's called a Jam a Q, and I have it on my Facebook page. If you want to scroll around and look for it, I recorded a few people on my video, and she's in it. She's singing, and you'll see her. So after that, I really thought she was pretty good, and I told her how nice she sounded, and I found out she's professional singer. She grew up learning how to play the piano at school. She's since she was 6, she's a protege, and she flipped me out. I mean, I heard her songs, and I really really liked her arrangement on "You Will Know." Could be the song presents "You Will Know" by Veronica Day. So you look at that, find it, and you'll see her on my Facebook page under Joe Chapel, like the church chapel. And she's got to change up a couple of things, and she got to get a fresher sound, a more like a now sound. But I can't knock her for what she does. She's amazing. I'm working with her. I'm not, right now. I'm just giving her advice. As I've been in the music business a while, and I know it's good. I worked a lot of good talent. I'm not gonna go into detail, but I do have a reputation in the music industry, and I worked with a lot of heavies. My dog's going crazy. There's some new people in the building that next door to me, and he hears it, and he's freaking out. So it's about almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So don't mind him barking. Teddy, chill. Freaks out. That's his job. He's supposed to warn me, that to danger, and he feels like there's danger, but there really isn't, because I know I met the people that are next door. They're only there temporarily, for a week or so, because they came over from South America, and they're visiting New York City. Yeah, I promised my brother I would blog because like a lot of you guys miss me, and I miss vlogging also, and sometimes you see me in the street doing foolish stuff. That's just my foolish way of playing around and just coming up with some ideas. But really, in reality, I'm just a regular kind of guy. You know, I like to have fun. You know, I'm kind of like on the topsy-turvy side. You know, I'm out of the box, or you know, like I like to be a little different. But you know, you guys that know me already, and you know my shtick. I play you know, low key, kind of like, you know, out of my mind kind of guy sometimes. Just off the wall, you know, a little offbeat. You know, like that's my kind of character I portray. All seriousness, I'm down to earth, and you know, I'm a regular kind of guy. Uh, uh, Hardworking, stiff, retired now, so I don't have to worry about, you know, going to work because I'm done with that. My job is to have fun right now because I'm retired, and you know, you never know when you're gonna kick the bucket, buddy. You know, so you gotta, you know, once you retire, you know, folks out there, because you know, I'm pretty sure that you know, I don't have teenagers following me or looking at this. But then again, you know, most of, I think, my viewing audience is a little bit older, and you know, they they dig us because you know, we're from New York. So my brother tells me, oh yeah, they like that New York City accent, you know, and the one-liners, like you know, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. They like certain aspects of us, and I heard good stories about the people that follow us, and my brother was telling me. 'Cause I don't really follow, you know, I don't really follow us. I mean, I see what we do every once in a while, but my brother puts together, he edits everything down, and you know, and I look at it, I just laugh, you know, I like his style. You know, we're totally off the wall. I think we're different than a lot of folks out there doing their vlogs, because sometimes he puts together something really funny, you know, and he just makes everything stupid at times. You know, but I have a goof with it because there's certain things he does that I think are remarkable, you know, are really off the wall, you know, and it makes me laugh, you know. So if I'm laughing, you know, then I guess a couple of other people are laughing too. But yeah, I love doing this stuff. You know, I'm not a hand by any means, but you know, I'm kind of conservative. But I like to share, and I like to talk to people, and I like to tell them stories and stuff, because I've been through a lot of, you know, crapola. I was gonna do this vlog naked, but you know, something told me I shouldn't. Decided, I said, no, I can't go that far, man. You know, I'm chicken when it comes to that. I'm a little shy. Be a good boy. Come on. Let me show you. Let me show you. Come on. Let me show you off. Come here. Okay. This is Teddy. See? Hey, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Right, Teddy? You're a good boy? He's scared. He don't know what's up. He thinks I'm going to put him in the sink. Because actually, I'm doing the interview. I'm saying I'm doing the show from my kitchen, because it's good lighting, and you know, I don't want to mess around and put up lights and move things around. But anyway, this is my Teddy. I love him so much. He's my buddy. You know, because he hears the noise next door. They're trying to put together something there, because there's like 4 people, and they just brought in some beds and stuff like that so they could get to sleep and stuff. So I'm just improvising off the top of my head. You know, this is non-scripted. So everything we do is off the top of our head. We just do it a spur of the moment thing, you know. So, you know, sometimes it looks like it's scripted, I gotta say, you know, but we come up with ideas just, you know, really improvising off the top of our head. So, and we like to be like that because it keeps things fresh. I want to tell you a story. Yeah, when I was, I gotta say, I was in my teens, late teens, going into my 20s, and I was studying in New York. It's called City College of New York, Subtown. I was in their main campus, Uptown City College, and I wanted to be a doctor, a medical doctor. But, you know, at the time, my parents, they didn't have the kind of money that you need to be a medical doctor. And plus, they didn't have grants, you know, all kinds of stuff that they have now. The year 1969, 1968. You're talking about, you know, there were no grants. I mean, unless you went to the Army and you know, you came out and on the GI Bill, you could go to school, and they would pay a certain amount of money for you to go to college. But unfortunately, I never went to the Army. Back then it was that Vietnam era. Being that I was going to college, so I had an exemption, and yeah, I was studying. Seriously, I was studying. I was in the arts. I wasn't sure. Psychology, maybe I wanted to be a psychiatrist or so, and I was doing it, working and paying for my tuition and all that, and buying my own books and all that. And my parents weren't helping me with that. I mean, you know, like, we had a big family, 4 kids, and my father was a working stiff, and my mom was a school teacher, but back then they paid peanuts, you know. So, you know, I did it on my own. And so I'm proud to say I did whatever I did on my own. I really didn't finish college, but I got pretty far. You know, one more year I could have graduated, but that wasn't for me because I wanted money. So, you know, New York is a place to get the cash. So I found a cool job. It was right next door to my house where I lived in Long Island City, Queens, and I worked with a trucking firm. And I was, you know, I worked as a trucker's helper, loading General Motors parts, all brand new stuff, you know. And forget about it. I got in the Teamsters Union. It was great. You know, like 3 months later, you could join the union. I was unionized, and, you know, with the local Teamsters union here, forget about it. I was pulling in some big bucks with the overtime. It was crazy money. But being that I lived next door, and I knew the bosses pretty good, they gave me the key, and they said, well, listen, man, sometimes we got that night work, and we'll call you, and then you come in, and you start gathering the packages, start getting everything together to load up the trucks. And sometimes I would just go ahead and load up a whole trailer by myself. Back in 1969 to 1970, I was making at least $1,500 a week. Now that's big money back then, man. You know, because with the union, the overtime, forget about it. And the straight time, overtime, forget about it. I was knocking it out. I was rolling around in dough. So I said, well, why shouldn't I even go to college, man? I mean, about $1,500 a week. That was like comparatively what a doctor would make. I was doing good. Plus all the fringe benefits, things would fall off the truck all the time. Brand new stuff, fenders, air conditioners, motors. Forget about it. But the thing is that it happened back then, so the statute of limitations covers me. I'm good, except for murder. You don't want to do that. Talk about that. Well, I never killed nobody. I had a lot of friends that did. Oh my God, I can't even say the names of the people that I knew that were connected. I mean, big time. You see the picture of The Godfather? Well, I was in that movie, but I wasn't in that movie. I was in that movie in real life. If you want to look at it, you know, there was a lot of things that I did forget about it. And and my brother was involved too, because he was part of our crew. And he could tell you the story, you know, but he'll tell you his side of the story, because I can't tell his side of the story for him. But anyway, I'm going back to before I was going to, when I was going to college. I lived in the Village over on 4th Street on the West Village. Very nice area, a lot of artists, a lot of talent. Forget about it. I was living on West 4th Street in the Village, and that's on the west side of Manhattan. And I was a college student, and I shared an apartment with one of my classmates. It was a little room, I'm telling you, it was a little room with a bathroom and a sink. That's all it was. We had mattresses, we slept on the floor. It was, you know, no box spring. All the comforts of life that you dream of, you didn't have it. But, you know, so we were young, and what the heck, you know, we didn't care if, you know, we had to sleep on the floor and stuff like that. So I was going to school, and I played guitar, and I had a guitar with me, and to make extra money, I would play guitar in the street, and, you know, people throw me, put a little dish out or whatever it was. I forgot what. The guitar case. Yeah, I put a guitar case out, and people throw money and stuff like that, and rock and roll. You know, it was the '60s. You know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll back then. Yeah, it's free love and you know, love power and you know, flower child and all that. You know, as I can recall. But anyway, I was playing one night out on McDougal Street, and I was in McDougal Street next to the pizzeria there. The famous pizzeria is still there. And forget about it, I was playing and all that, and, you know, getting change from the people in the street. I was having fun, you know, talking to people. They come up to you, you know, and I had my long hair, and I had, you know, my weird coat on, and my boots on, and my dungarees. And, you know, I tried to maintain back then, and I had my own little style. It was pretty good, you know, with my long hair and stuff like that. I looked good. One night, I'm playing, right, and then this huge Cadillac, black caddy, pulls up, and the driver gets out, and he comes to me and he says, "Are you a hippie?" I said, "Am I a hippie?" And he says, "Yeah, I want to know, are you a hippie?" I said, "Sure, I'm a hippie. What do you think? You know, you don't see? You know, I got my long hair, and, you know, I got my style, and I'm a hippie. I am a hippie, you know." And he says, "Listen, you want to go to a party?" And I said, "Yeah, I go to a party." And then there was another fellow that was playing guitar with me, and he was playing his little thing, and we were both doing like a duet type thing, singing songs here and there. And so we both. And he said, "Okay, I'll take both of you, and we're gonna go to a party. It's gonna be in a nice club, and you get to eat, you get to drink. All you got to do is just let everybody know that you're a hippie, and everybody, because they all want to. These people want to see hippies." So I said, "All right, I'm going." So we jump in the Cadillac, man, and we're in the back, and there's booze and the TV set, and I don't even know if there was a phone, but we didn't care, you know. We're going to this club, and we don't know what it's all about, but we'll find out when we get there. As far as we know, we're two idiots. We could have been. We could have done some wild experiment for some, you know, CIA program taking us to feed us LSD all night. And we wouldn't have minded that. But anyway, we wind up in nice club. I mean, I gotta say, it was tables all over. There was food and everything, and the guest of honor was an actress. She was a blonde. I can't even remember her name. I mean, she was a blonde, and everybody was, oh my God, man, forget about it. You know, she was the top of the town lady, the most sophisticated one there, the most beautiful lady. You know. And she was overwhelmed to see us. Two hippies, oh my God, look, they're hippies, you know, and we're playing it off like, yeah, man, we're hippies, we're from the street. And everybody's loving us, and so, you know, she was an actress, and let me tell you a little bit of the background. She's a famous Greek actress, okay? She was very famous in Greece, and she was in New York, and she had an act, and she was going to do her act in the Stork Club, Stork. Back then, that was a very famous club back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and she was going to play in the Stork Club and do her act, and you know that's why she was in New York City. She was going to appear in that club. We got there, and there was a Greek type band, you know, with some drums and some Greek instruments, and you know, I can't recall right now, but they had some kind of Greek guitar, and well, they had a band, you know, it was a Greek band, Greek style band. So we're playing with the thing, and they're following us, and they're trying to keep up with, you know, I don't know what we were doing. Well, we were doing rock and roll, and the rock and roll, She Loves You, whatever we were doing, Rolling Stones, I can't remember what we were doing, but it was some kind of rock and roll. Forget about it. Everybody was loving us. We were fantastic, you know. They had to acclimate to you because we're totally different. Everybody's dressed in like, you know, very nice clothes, you know, like nightlife clothes, you know, like beautifully dressed, you know, elegant, and we look like two raggedy, you know, misfits if we don't fit in. And they're loving us. Forget about it, you know. So they had to acclimate to us and know that we were okay. Hey, we're not gonna cut your throat. We're here to have fun with you. So forget about it. We were drinking, eating. This is one of the best nights of my life. I forget about it. We stayed there all night, and she was so lovely. She spoke English, but not with a heavy accent. Gave us both cards, some kind of invitation to come see her in the Stork Club. So a couple of days later. So after the party and after the fun, forget about it. They even gave us a couple of $100 each. How about that? They all threw us money, and we were like, forget about it. We couldn't believe it was like a miracle. That was a night to remember. So what happened was that the night of the event where the Greek actress was going to do the show at the Stork Club, me and my buddy, we show up dressed the way we were dressed as hippies. And we show up at the club. Forget it. The club is real formal, man. Everybody's wearing like nice suits, ties, and you know, nice nightgowns and all that stuff. And they're pulling up in limousines and all kinds of stuff. We show up bopping there, you know, with guitars, long hair, and kind of like off the wall look, you know, like we're on drugs. And we kind of like, what? We're flipping out on drugs, and we're walking in, you know, hey man, what's up, man? You know, we're talking to the doorman, and what's up, man? Yeah, we got these tickets. We want to come in and see the show. And he said, you can't come in looking like that. You gotta have a suit and tie. You can't. That's the house rules. You can't. If we do it for you, we can do it for everybody. You can't. So that was a big disappointment, because I mean we made it up to the Stork Club. It was Midtown. No big deal, but I mean, you know, I think we hopped a train. We didn't pay. We hopped. What was it back? A quarter, 30 cents for the train back then. The subway. But it was a big disappointment because we never got to see the show. They wouldn't let us in. We had a hell of a time, man. A good time, and a little disappointed, but so what? We didn't care. We were young and free, and mentally that didn't throw us for a loop. We were good, So we just took the rejection and kept on walking. We found some other thing to do. That's it, So we went back to the village and back to the corner where the pizzeria is. That's McDougal Street. That's near Cafe Y and all that. Forget about it. I met a lot of Jimi Hendrix who would hang out. We hung out with Jimi Hendrix. At the time, Janis Joplin, she was doing the Electric Circus one day. We were hanging, my brother was there. We were tripping on THC that night. And forget about the Electric Circus. And that was like the Studio 54 for hippies. And we had a great, fabulous time there. I mean, everybody was tripping out on something, all right? So it was the 60s. You got to remember that. Okay. At least I'm honest. And I'll say it. Yeah, it was back then. I don't do drugs now. I mean, I'm sick. I got to watch my heart. But back then, forget about it. I was a nut. And there was a lot of people that were nuts like me. And you get older and you calm down. I'm on all kinds of medication. I can't be doing stuff like that. So I'm a good boy. I'm just telling you the stories. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. That's you live. I don't know where I got that from, but I think it was one of my old buddies. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. That's a good little motto. But I think that's all I got for tonight, buddy. If you want to hear the rest of our stories, because my brother has a lot of stories too, you gotta subscribe, because we need everybody we can get. And you share, tell your friends, and let them know that you love us and we love you, and that's the main thing. Okay, buddies. Like my brother says, ciao for now. And I say, you live and you learn.